everybody, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Alyssa. I make nursing school related videos, nurse videos, family vlogs, and a little bit of everything in between, like lifestyle related, as you can see, things like this. Today we are going to be talking about something that is for some reason extremely taboo. So I made sure to get my taboo tea here, because we're going to be talking about debt. And for some reason, bills and money and debt is something that is just not talked about. But I am a new grad. I am a nurse now, brand new nurse, brand spanking new. And to become a nurse, I have a bachelor's degree. It was very expensive and I did not have that money. I have a family and I've got debt. So basically in this video, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be laying all of my debt out for you guys. I'm going to be giving you the exact dollar amount that I have calculated of all of my debt, and I'm going to tell you what it is, how we accrued it, etc. I'm also going to tell you how I went about finding out how much debt I have, as well as what we plan as a family to do to kind of eradicate our debt. We probably are doing something that's a little bit more extreme than some people, but I don't like having debt hanging over my head. And even though I will be making pretty good money as a nurse, I have new expenses that I did not have prior to being a nurse that I'm going to have to pay now. One of them is the addition of extra childcare, which is an extra $800 in monthly payments. It's just kind of the reality of it. And also, after my grace period, I will have about, I think, roughly $700 a month in student loans. So I don't know if you guys can do simple math, but that is a lot of money. I actually sat down and started doing budgeting. I think it was either right after I graduated, and I've only been graduated about a month, or if it was right before. And when I budgeted and factored all of these things in, I think I cried. I'm pretty sure I cried. Yeah, I definitely cried. Also, make sure that you subscribe and turn your notifications on, because next week I will be doing a video all about my budgeting and how I made a budget and give you all kinds of tips, which will definitely be helpful for this video because you kind of need a budget to get out of debt. But today, this is all about the debt. So without further ado, let's just get into this video. Let me grab my handy dandy computer here. I actually am about to share with you guys the amount of debt that I'm in. I'm gonna tell you, there ain't no secrets here. I'm basically sharing my debt because I want you guys to know that we are real people. We have debt and it's okay. I feel like that's just unfortunately life sometimes. I'm gonna list off the things that I have. I'll list off all of it. Okay, so the first thing that I have listed, it's in no particular order, no specific dollar amount, it's just how they're listed. The first loan that I have listed is an alternative student loan. That loan has 11% interest. Basically, I have been getting federal subsidized and unsubsidized loans through the government. I'm in the US, so we have FAFSA. And last semester, they kind of hit me up and they were like, hey, we ain't got no money for you, honey. You used up all your money. I took the longer route. I have a family. I have 2 daughters. One of my daughters is chronically ill, so that's a whole different story. So I had to take out this loan. This loan is for $7,000 and it has 11% interest. You gotta do what you gotta do. Next up, my total federal student loans is $62,200. And the next debt that I have is a Best Buy line of credit, which is $1,438. That is literally this. We do not use credit cards really at all, but if you guys watch my vlogs or you've been watching for a long time, my last laptop fell to its death, and I obviously need a laptop not only for YouTube, which is how I make a little bit of extra money, as well as school. So I had to buy a laptop, and we did use a Best Buy line of credit, so we owe $1,438 on that. Next up, this one, I'm gonna save this one for last. We'll just skip this one. Then next up, we have a care credit, which is another line of credit, but that is dental bills. So, you know, dental is kind of an unavoidable thing. That's for $548. And then Charlie went to the emergency room, and that was $3,055. We also just recently, this isn't listed, but we had also some doctor bills for Delilah, which were around $500, but we actually paid that off, so that feels great. Delilah has chronic illness, so she has a lot of doctor bills. She has a brain condition, so she gets MRIs relatively often, typically annual-ish, depending, so we are no stranger to doctor bills. And then the next debt that I have is my car, and that is $7,844. And then the final debt that I have, this one, you guys are gonna love this. So, the city redid our street. We basically didn't have curbs you could basically just park on our lawn. That's just how the street was. It was an older street. The city decided to put in curbs, put in a sewer, and redo the street. Well, you guys, guess who gets to pay for that? Us. We basically got a letter in the mail saying, hey, so this cost this much, this is how much you owe us, and that is $11,000. It's a little more than $11,000. I just put $11,000 on here for just a reference, I guess. So basically what they do is they add that onto your taxes, and I don't know anything about any of this, okay? I don't know much about escrow, I don't know much. All I know is that my mortgage payment went up $400 a month. So basically what they did is they took that amount of taxes and they kind of divvied it up, I think over 10 years, and they added it to our taxes, so that comes out of our escrow. So our escrow went up, and so we have $11,000 of a street that we don't even own. It's not even really ours. You know, it's just not right. Anyways, so there's all of my debt with a grand total of $93,085. That sounds like a lot, but honestly, it just kind of is what it is. So there's all of our debt, and now let's just move into our plan on how we want to pay it off. What I basically did is on my computer, and since I'm not all cool with like a screen capture and all that jazz, if you have Microsoft Excel, so basically this is the one that I use. It's basically just total a list, and then I saved it on my computer, and that's basically what I just read off for you guys. You can do that, or you can write it in a notebook. Whatever you're gonna do, just do it, add it up, get yourself a number. In addition to writing down your debt, it is also helpful to write down any minimum payments that you have. We are kind of doing a modified Dave Ramsey type of thing, and basically with Dave Ramsey, the one part we're not really doing is a cash envelope system. We might in the future. It's very difficult with how much stuff you pay for online and whatever. So basically the steps to Dave Ramsey, and you can get his book, but the first step is you save up $1,000 emergency fund. Sometimes it takes people a long time to save up an emergency fund, sometimes not, but that's your first goal, is you get $1,000. After you have that emergency fund done, then you do what's called a snowball method, and some people do it one way and some people do it another way. I'm going to explain to you both ways. So one way that you could do it is you could list all of your debt and you could pay off, this is not Dave Ramsey's way, you could pay off the thing with the highest amount of interest. That's one way you can do it. Dave Ramsey's way of doing it is you list all of your debt, basically smallest to largest, and you pay off the smallest amount of debt. You basically throw as much money as you can on the smallest amount of debt and you pay that one off. And once you pay, and his idea is that you should start with the lowest amount, because once you pay something off, you're gonna be super motivated to go on to the next thing. So while you're paying off that one thing, you're paying the minimums on everything else. And then ideally, once you pay off that first thing, you take all the money that you were paying on that and you tackle the second thing. And then you basically just snowball. So at some point you were paying $35 a month minimum, and you've paid off 3 other bills and you've accumulated like, I don't know, $300 a month. You're basically using all that $300 a month that you used to pay off those first things, and you've kind of snowballed it. This is so hard to explain. You basically snowball all of it until everything gets paid off, and then basically you find momentum and you're out of debt. So that's basically kind of what we are doing. We are going to do Dave Ramsey's preferred way, where you take the smallest amount and you pay it off. However, I do have that alternative loan that's $7,000. I do plan on trying to pay that off as soon as I possibly can, because the interest rate is so high. It's 11% interest, and that's a lot. You know, that's a lot. So that's basically kind of like the long and the short. I kind of want to go a little bit deeper, because we are we're really changing our lifestyle to be able to do this. And now I'm going to share with you guys basically the things that we are personally going to do in addition to a budget, and how we plan on cutting things back so we have money to pay off debt, if that makes sense. So the first thing that we have kind of decided to stop doing is we are done eating out. Dave Ramsey definitely talks about this. You would be amazed at how much money you spend eating out, even going to Starbucks. I actually cut going to Starbucks out quite a while ago. My family loves me, and whenever there's like a special occasion or something, they give me Starbucks gift cards, and that's the only time that I go to Starbucks now, because I was going almost every weekday, and even though it's only like $2.50 because I just get a coffee, it's like $2.50 to $3. If you add that up, that's, you know, even 3 times a week, it does amount to a lot of money. So we cut out Starbucks, and we cut out eating out, like completely. We're halfway through January and we have not eaten out since I think around Christmas. So that's a really big deal for us. In addition to being done with eating out, we are meal planning, and we are also trying to eat less processed foods. A lot of people think that being vegan is expensive. It's really not. Processed foods are really expensive, like fake chicken nuggets, fake cheeses, boxed mac and cheese, which we do keep some of it around because life is crazy. But I have been basically trying to make very simple meals: potatoes, rice, pasta. Those things are so cheap, and you can basically throw beans or tofu or anything into it. Beans are super cheap. All that stuff is super cheap. So we're trying to basically decrease our grocery budget. We basically shop at Aldi, or we use Walmart's grocery pickup. I like Walmart's grocery pickup because you can't just grab stuff off the shelf. So that's really nice, but we do prefer Aldi. Those are basically the two places that we grocery shop right now. And then we also go to the health food store for things that wouldn't be at Walmart or Aldi, like nutritional yeast. We buy bulk cashews for some sauces, which is expensive, so we try to back up, but it's just an example. Next up, we are actually in the thick of a no spend month. So basically it's January, and this month we are not buying anything except necessities, and basically just a no spend month. So we just aren't buying anything other than like groceries, gas. I did have to buy some scrubs for work because I'm starting my new job and things like that, but that's basically, we are just not spending money, which it's been easier than I thought. Once you just kind of accept that you're not going to buy anything, it's a lot easier. It is tempting to go to like Target and stuff, but I don't go to Target anymore. I don't go shopping anymore. Cut it out completely. And in addition to that, I guess we have been buying the girls' clothes secondhand for probably the past year or so. But in addition to that, I'm also buying my clothes secondhand, 90% of them, just because sometimes you need just a nice pair of jeans. But secondhand is definitely the way that we are going, especially for the girls' clothes, because you can get really nice stuff at consignment shops. Next up is we are trying to sell pretty much everything that we own to basically throw at debt. We have a lot of stuff that we don't use, that we don't need, that we could definitely make some money off of, so we are doing that. In addition to that, we are also kind of working towards being minimalists, which sounds kind of extreme, but for us, minimalism is kind of, you just learn to, you don't need stuff, and you find out that you are actually a lot happier with less stuff. And minimalism kind of goes along with, I wouldn't say it goes with being more frugal, but if you have less stuff and you want less stuff, you're obviously going to save money. So we are kind of decluttering our house. As I said, we are selling some things, donating some things, and really just being happier with less. And it's actually been really amazing, and I will definitely be making some decluttering videos if you guys are interested in that as well. This is basically kind of what we are doing to get out of debt. And it is very drastic, and especially the no spend thing. Some people are just like, wow. And in addition, we have also cut down on so many things. Like we had Audible, we got rid of Audible, which we love Audible so much. Like, you guys, I love Audible. We basically cut down on any of those little extra expenses that add up. We are getting rid of cable. We used to have YouTube TV, we got rid of that. There's a lot of things. We basically just looked at everything and we cut out absolutely everything that we possibly could. We're actually really excited. The thing with getting out of debt, you have to get motivated. You have to find something that is just going to motivate you. And we watch a lot of Dave Ramsey videos. I'll watch a lot of YouTube videos of people talking about how they either got out of debt or how they are debt free now. And we're just really excited, and we have a lofty goal. I don't know if you saw, you can watch this video of my goals for this year. We are hoping to get out of $20,000 worth of debt this year. My real number is actually $30,000, but that's my realistic goal is $20,000, which is a lot of money. But like I said, we are cutting back in every way that we possibly can. So that's it, you guys. That's basically the long and the short of it. That's how much debt we have. I will definitely be making update videos for you guys to kind of let you know how our journey is going, and just be easy with yourself if you're trying to get out of debt, but also you need to kind of be focused at it because it's not going to pay for itself. It's not just going to magically go away. So the first step is just knowing where you're at, and then you can go from there. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you liked this video. Let me know in the comments something that you have maybe been doing or something you're thinking about doing to kind of help you get out of debt, or let me know if you have no debt, or if you are doing Dave Ramsey. Follow me on social media. I'll see you guys in my next video. Make sure you stay tuned for my video next week on basically how we budget. See you guys next time. Bye.